with hints, tips and tradie chat. Grab yourself a brew because it's about to start. This is Women in Trades with Amy the Sparky.
Before the show starts, I just quickly wanted to talk to you about Tradify. Tradify is a fast-growing job management platform for all busy tradespeople. It's great for managing all sorts of business admin such as quotes, tracking invoices, timesheets and appointments, leaving you more time to focus on other important things. Tradify have very kindly given me a discount code for my viewers, so check them out by clicking the link in my show description and using discount code AMY50 to get 50% off. Now, let's crack on with this show. Hello and welcome to Women in Trades with Amy the Sparky. Today I have two lovely ladies from Spanners with Manners. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Do you introduce yourselves? Tell me who you are and about a little bit about your company.
I'm Laura, and my company is Spanners with Manners. I'm a director, mechanic, and sort of workshop manager.
I'm Liz, and I am a mechanic at Spanners with Manners.
Okay. And so I've only recently discovered your page on Instagram. I absolutely love what you're about. Tell me a little bit more about the company. So you're an all-female garage, is that right?
Yeah, we're an all-female garage. Laura is the founder.
Okay.
There's 5 of us, 5 women. There's Laura, Siobhan, they're directors and mechanic and obviously head of office. And then you've got myself, Megan and Natasha, who will work in the workshop. In the workshop.
Okay. So are you all fully qualified, or are some of you apprentices?
I'm fully qualified I won't say how many years because I'll reveal my age. Liz is fully qualified. Megan's got about 2 months left, and Natasha's just starting off.
Oh, wow, okay. So a good mix.
Yeah, it's a good mix, good of knowledge, and experience. It's all about experience in the trade, you can go to college and these people that do these courses and then they want a place in a workplace and they've got no idea. You've got to be hands on, And Megan, even though she's got 2 months left, she's been with me for so long. She doesn't even need really to be at college, It is, but you need a piece of paper at the end of the day, don't you? So
it's frustrating, really, isn't it? Because it literally is that. It's just a piece of paper. You don't
exactly. But you can have a piece of paper. You won't. You go into the real world, and then you're like, oh, I don't know how to do that. You need different cars, and when they drive in and someone says, oh, this is wrong with it, you think, oh, that's a common problem. It's a bit of, you've got to be hands on.
The thing is, you're learning every day as well in the trade. There's something you will learn every day, whether you've been doing it for 2 years, whether you've been doing it for 30 years. Yeah. There is something that you will always learn.
I can imagine.
I wasn't talking.
I can imagine, like with cars, because obviously there's so many different, like brands and type, like models and stuff. That is always every day is different. Like there must just be so much to learn. What is the training like to be a mechanic? Like what's the route and how long does it take?
You do it as soon as you finished.
So it depends on what you decide to do. So you've got college-based courses, which is all theory, and they kind of give you brief descriptions on doing the hands-on stuff, but it's not actually fully showing you. They are normally like yearly courses, and then you've got your apprenticeships, which you will work in a workplace and go to college as well. They're normally a year for your level 2, and I think 2 years for your level 3. But I think it depends on the college.
Right, okay. So is that like when you're one day on site and then the rest, one day at college and the rest on site, or is it?
Yeah, one day at college.
That's what we've both done. That's what Megan's done, and that's what Natasha's doing. Because it's more hands-on, and the theory side of it, it's not the hard part, is it?
So in your view, that's the best route to take, it's the best way to train?
Absolutely the best route. I mean, it's a bit like if you you know, you go to university, you learn how to do, I don't know, accountancy or be a lawyer. You have to be an apprenticeship in a firm before you actually get the representation. So in theory, you're just doing it all in once when you do the actual apprenticeship, rather than doing the theory and then the practical.
Yeah. And how did you find college? Like, did you feel that it was difficult or it is difficult for you being a woman, or has it not been a problem?
It was a bit different when I did mine. I was the first girl in my college, and I was in a classroom of 22 boys. You know, and they really distracted. Yeah, they didn't want to learn. They were just there for something to do. It was difficult, but it's progressed so much. I think Liz had quite a good time on her one. She met her boyfriend and everything, didn't Lizzie?
That's nice.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, it's actually really easy to find apprenticeships at the moment. I mean, there's so many websites and things, like even the internet. If you just go on there and Google it, you'll find something in your area. The only problem is that I found with an apprenticeship is finding a placement for work.
Right, yeah.
You have the people that you kind of, they look at you and they're like, maybe not, you know, you're really girly, or, you know, the boys are hard to like work with. But other than that, I found it really easy to get into.
The colleges are very supportive.
The colleges are very supportive.
Into any trade, actually. You know, we speak to the tutors and the assessors that come out, and they are so supportive of getting girls into manual work. You know, they really push it and, you know, try and get in the best places possible.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. So are there any other females on your course at the minute, and the other girl that's still at college?
There was a few.
There's like maybe 2 or 3 at the minute. But what we're getting, we get a lot of girls from, we're talking sort of 20 to in their 60s, just emailing us out of the blue, going, I've always wanted to do this. So there's a massive interest in it there. But it's you know, it's like anything. Apprenticeships aren't well paid, unfortunately. You know, so most people want to do it part time, or they just want to come in and learn. But it's something. If you want to learn a trade, you've got to commit yourself to it, and you know, I mean, you've got to commit yourself to it. It's got to be a full-time job, and you've got to take the whack of the pay. You know, because until you're earning a company money, they can't really pay you. It's just to stand around. I mean, I walked out of a £30,000 job to start my apprenticeship, and I dropped to £150 a week, and I had to move back with my mum. You know, so but I wanted to do it, so it drives you.
Yeah, you've got no regrets now about my apprenticeship.
I do in this weather, but apart from that, no regrets whatsoever.
It's horrible at the minute, isn't it? I've had a tough week so far.
It's freezing.
What would you say that's the biggest downside of the job? Because I would. The winter kills me.
The winter kills, and it's if you hit your finger, it hurts twice as much.
So much.
You go to start a car, it won't start. Everything takes so long. You've got to defrost it. The doors won't open. Everything's just a nightmare. But we only get it 2 or 3 weeks a year, so you know, the good outweighs the bad.
Yeah, definitely. What your client base, is it mainly females, or do you have a good mix?
You know, we do. It used to be 50-50, but we do a lot of vans which are male traders.
Yeah.
And so we do a lot of them, but obviously our Instagram's buzzing and stuff like that, and we're getting a lot of women coming in. But then we're getting a lot of like, oh, my neighbour, she said to me that you're. So it is literally 50-50. It really is, which is nice, you know what I mean? Because no one wants to go anywhere and get ripped off. And the fact that they, look, if you go to these girls, they're good. You know, men even, they won't admit it, most of them, but most men will go into a garage, they don't know. You know, and they say, oh, okay then. But then they think, oh, well, there's nothing different about my car now, taking it out, and the bill is huge. And so, you know, I think because we don't rip people off, we're telling the truth. You know, word of mouth and honest work goes a long way, doesn't it?
100%. Are there any problems you face then along the way with being women in the trade, or has it been sort of easy?
Yeah, I've worked in a few garages beforehand that were male dominated, and they took me out of the workshop to work in the office. So rather than be doing my apprenticeship, I was answering the phones.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, for about 6 months.
Yeah, it was. I was coming up to the end of my qualification.
Yeah.
And well, I was coming up to the end of my qualification. They put me in the office, and I called the college to say that I had found another job, which was at Car Giant, but they wouldn't support my apprenticeship. So the college forced me to call Spanners with Manners and forced me to go down for an interview, and then I never left.
And we did 6 months previous, and she wasn't interested.
That is true.
So it worked out all right then, didn't it, Lizzie? There you go.
Oh, that's good. Do you think you ever come across anything in your job that you can't do or that you struggle with specifically because you're a woman, or do you think there's sort of no barriers, nothing?
No, it makes you better at it. You know, this job is 90% mental and 10% strength. Now, if you use your, if you had a bigger lever bar, they say you can lever the world. So instead of sitting there going, try and lift something up, you think about it and you work out a way to do it. You can come around that way. Yeah. And if anything, we're better at it. We've got smaller hands. We can get into the head dump bulbs, and if anything, I reckon it's an advantage personally.
Yeah.
If you're mechanically minded and you know what you're doing, it's like anything. Stop, think for 10 seconds, and you'll see. We do it. I mean, I'll be working on something, and I'll say to the girls, and one of them will go, "Why do you do it like that?" Oh, that's a good idea. That's all it is. It's just having a bit of common sense and just stop and think about something. Yeah. The three of us to lift up a big transit gearbox. It takes the three of us, but it gets up there and it gets down. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. What I saw on your Instagram, you've been involved in some pretty cool stuff. So I saw you're in the new mini advert. How did you get involved in that?
Yeah.
Approach you or?
Well, sorry, I'd done a hand modelling job for the Body Shop.
Oh, I saw that.
I don't know, a year and a half. Yeah, and it was a state agency. So yeah, we done it. It was great. It was a really good day out. Hard work. I'd rather be doing a clutch personally, but yeah, it was good.
You've done a charity calendar as well. I love that.
Yeah, with Sadie Frost, that was amazing. That was really good. Yeah, it was good. We filmed that in, I think, October or November. It was so cold, but in the pictures it looks like a summer day, so it looked good in the end. It's pretty. Yeah, we've been quite lucky, man.
Yeah, you've had a lot of opportunities, haven't you? What advice?
Yeah, next up, Christmas #1.
Yeah, that sounds good. Can you sing then?
Can
you sing?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, excellent.
I'm no Mariah Carey.
What advice would you give to young females now thinking about they're interested in the job, they want thinking about becoming a mechanic, but they're maybe a bit scared to go and do it because they think they'll struggle to get work or they'll struggle at college? Or any advice or tips?
I think the colleges are supportive. They totally push them. they're educational wise, they support them, and they really try and put them in good workplaces. And these colleges work with garages every year, putting new apprentices in, and they know where to put them and where not to. And obviously being in the trade, we know several garages, and these garages, they're up for girls coming into it. They all say what you're doing is amazing, and if I had a girl here, because it does change dynamics and customers like it. And to be honest with you, I haven't had any negative feedback from anyone inside the trade about it. And someone tried to nick, she went to buy a tyre the other day for us, and someone tried to nick her. People, I would say if you want to do it, people are 100% behind this, and you will get a placement, you will get the educational support, and if it's something you want to do in this day and age, now's the time to pursue it.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
What's been your proudest moment so far in your career?
Oh, That's a difficult one. God, ask Lizzie that one while I think of my answer.
Okay.
It's difficult.
No.
Why?
My proudest moment was the first time I did an exhaust at Spanners and Manners.
Oh, right.
I finally got there.
Is that a tricky job then? I wouldn't have a story.
But it is when you haven't got a ramp.
Yeah.
On the ramp, it's really easy, but we didn't have a ramp, and so it was quite. It's very hard to do something. So if you're used to doing something like that and you've got to do it like that, it's really different. And she finally done one without any help or any swearing or screaming. And she's very proud of herself.
Yeah, that was great.
That's so good.
I finally cracked working.
A milestone.
A big milestone.
What about you? Can you think of anything? There must be loads. You've got.
I think the first day I opened my garage as my own boss with a man or anyone thinking they right, do this, do that. The first day I opened the gates was like, right, this is it, let's go. Yeah, that was great.
That's amazing. Did you start it on your own, or did you have your business partner? Did you open it together?
Yeah, we started it together. We opened it together. 2 years ago. On the 7th of February this year. So, 2 years ago we opened it together.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what...
she didn't even...
Say that again, sorry.
I was going to joke. Don't worry.
Oh. What services do you offer at your garage? Everything? That you...
Electrical. We do electrical to a certain point, but it becomes time consuming, and we've got an electrician that does that for us, because we could spend 5 hours doing what they do in an hour, and it's not fair on the customer when we've got someone so fantastic that could just, and they've got main dealer software, which they pay like £80,000 a year for, we do body work, MOTs, interior, we do pretty much everything.
Okay. I know you guys are pushed for time and you've got to rush off, but have you got any funny stories for us before you go?
Funny stories. Just trying to think of a suitable one. I'll be back. Do we have any funny stories?
They're all X-rated.
Yeah, I don't think any of them are suitable for you.
Yeah. You can say anything you like. I'm not funny.
Yeah, but that's our career.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, do you know what? I just it's probably a lot of swearing or something silly done it. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. And one last question then. What's the future for Spanners with Manners? Are you just going to continue to grow? Are you happy as you are? Do you want to be bigger and open up multiple branches, or?
Do you know what? We're really happy with it. We've got a really good site. We've got really good landlords and sport. A really good area, and eventually, yes, we would like to maybe put one in north, south, east, west of London, but it's hard enough to find the girls we've got.
Yeah.
We've had loads of girls come through the door, but unfortunately they haven't been up to scratch.
Mm-hmm.
When you take apprentices on, you give them a 2-3 month trial. You can't make a judgment in a week, but they've either got it or they haven't. And it's very hard to find that and put your investment into putting them through the training if at the other end they're not going to come out of it. Yeah. So at this time, our team is so strong, and we're always welcome to sort of try other people, but it's finding them. At the minute they're quite rare, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay.
But keep going and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, good on you. Thanks so much for talking to me today, and
thank you.
Good luck with the future in your business. Keep doing what you're doing.
Lovely. Well, if we do another calendar, we'll send you one.
I love that. Thank you. Brilliant. Right, you guys take care.
All right. Nice speaking to you. See you later. Bye.
That was Women in Trades with Amy the Sparky. Never miss an episode by subscribing now. Just hit the subscribe button and turn your notifications on.